Welcome, everyone. This is Professor Smith bringing you another Hebrew study. In the book of Zephaniah, there is a prophecy that our Heavenly Father will restore to the earth a pure language. We understand that Hebrew is the closest derivation of that pure language. Let's explore it together. Shalom, and let's get started. So down here at line 2, we have ta'aseh, and so we're going to start here. And so remember that the tav is kind of it sort of functions as a signal letter in a way, and so this signals a ta. So a ta is the masculine singular pronoun you. Okay, so this is like transliterated this way, and then okay, so that way. See if we can get this straightened out a little bit. Okay, so we have ta'aseh. And so basically this is I will do. I think that's what that is. So let's double check it here. Yeah, and it's not I, it's you will do. So it comes from asa, you will do. Okay, and so this next one is ta'amod, has to do with you will stand. Let's see here. I think this one might be the you will cross over. Let's double check that one too. Yeah, that's right. You will cross over. Tish more, I think is you will guard. Take a look at yeah, or you will rule. Okay, so that's where that is right there. All right. It's a full screen. All right. Okay, so it looks like ta'asu. It's straightened out here, guys. There we go. Okay, so Tishmor. I think it has to do with guarding. Tishmor. Tier A, we've got Ta'ane. Let's see, Ta'ale and Teda. So, in other words, all of this basically is you will do something, masculine singular. Okay, so then we look at our answer key here. You will do, you will stand, you will cross over, you will guard. So this one must have to do with shamar right here. We've got shamar here, which is guarding. So then this has got to be you will see, and then this one, ta'aneh. Let's take a look at that one. You will answer. So this comes from the answer root. Okay, so you will answer. How about this one? Ta'ale. I bet you that is you will go up. And Teda, you will know. So let's take a look at that. You will go up and you will know. Okay, all right. So that's remember, so basically the tav here lets you know that it is ata. It is you will do something. So it's kind of functions like a signal letter, essentially. Okay, now what about and now in this case, look at this ta'avri. And notice this suffix here, re. And then you've got this right here. What does this tell us? It is you feminine singular. You feminine singular. Okay, so we have ta'avri. So this would be, I think that might be the crossover one. Let's double check that. It's you feminine singular. And it looks like, okay, so this has to do with ruling, ta'avri. And I'm going to double check that. It looks like it is you will pass, you will overtake, or you will move. So that's this one here. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay. So now let's take a look at this one. Team lichi. Okay, so this looks like you will rule. That's that one there. Double check that. Yeah, you will rule. All right, good. How about this one here? Tier E, and this has to do, I bet you will see. Ta'asi, which would be you. And remember, these are singular feminine. Ta'asi, so it would be you will do. Ta'amdi, so I think probably you will stand. Ta'ali, probably you will go up. Ta'ani, I wonder if this is the answer one. Let's check that out real quick. Uh, yeah, you will answer. And then the last one is you will send. All right. Get back to that here. Okay, so ta'ani and then tish lechi is you will send comes from shalak. And so this, what is this? What is this paired with? Well, because you've got this tav here, tav, tav, tav. You see all the tavs in here. These are kind of like signal letters. They let you know this is future tense. They let you know that it's at, essentially. Okay, so I think probably it would look like that. Or actually, no, it wouldn't be that. It would be, let's see, at. I think probably would be a patach, probably, like that. At, which is equals you. And if it was a female, okay? All right, so okay, how about we got this one? Yeah, ale. So this, remember this here equals the word for who, which is the word he. So he will do something. So I'm thinking this might be, yeah, ale might be he will go up. Yeah, a mode, he will stand. Yetse. Now that's an interesting one. Okay, so yetse has to do with to exit or go out. How about this one? Year A has to do with you, feminine singular, will see. Yeah, ase has asa means make or do, right? So you, feminine singular, will make or do. Yeah, ane, that noon there, I think means you will answer. Yifta, yiftak. I think that comes from patach, which means to open. You will open. And Ya'avor, and I think this comes from avar, which means to cross over. So it's like he will cross over. And this is not you, this is he. He, 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 and he. So it's he will. I don't know why I said you, but it's he will see. He will do. He will answer. He will open, and then he will cross over. So let's double check that. We're looking at these right here, essentially. Yeah, okay, so it's he will go up, he will stand, he will go out, he will see, he will do, he will answer, he will open, he will cross over. That's correct. So now this next one, um, so I think this has to do with she. So in Hebrew, this is the word he, and there's not a whole lot here that is that lets you know. But we just have to realize that this is she. So ta'amod, so I would say she will stand. Ta'ane, she will answer. Tochol, she will eat. Ta'ase, she will make her do. Tir'e, she will see. Look at this one. Yay. I think that is she will be, but I'm going to double check that in a minute. Ta'ale, so she will stand, or she will go up, rather. Ta'avor has to she will cross over. So let's double check and see what those are. Okay, so what we have is she will stand, she will answer, she will eat, she will do, she will see, she will be. Okay, so that's this one right here. She will be. Let's see, where's it at? Yay, she will be. There it is. All right, now we've got, now remember this definitely has a familiar letter. Got a noon on it, so that is goes with a nakanu, so we will do something. Now I say, I think that's probably we will do. Nikra, I think that has to do with kara means to call. Na'ane, it probably has to do with we will answer. Na'avor probably has to do with we will cross over. Na'ale probably has to do with we will go up. Na'amod comes from amad, which means to we will stand. Near a, I think this one is we will see. Nikak would be we will open. Let's double check our answer and see here. Okay, so we got we will do, we will call, we will answer, we will cross over, we will go up, we will stand, we will see, we will take. Okay, so that has to do with taking. Interesting. So this is nikak has to do with taking. Look at that. We will take. All right. Now, this next one here, I believe, has to do with, if I remember correctly, this is you all, masculine, um, plural. So now in this case, we have this tav here. So this would match a tem, which is you all, masculine, plural. Okay. So basically, ta'alu, so we would have, so this has to do probably with you all will go up. Probably has to do with Allah, ta'alu. And notice this too. That also lets you know it's a plural. Okay, so tir'u, you masculine plural, probably has to do with you all will see. Tiktavu, probably you all. I think katav has to do with, let's see, you will, I think it's writing. Let's double check that real quick. That's the third one in on 7. Let's see here. You will go up, you will see, you will write. I got that right. All right, you will write. Okay, good. So then ta'ashu, so that I think this you will do or make. That's you all, by the way, as we say down here in the South. You all, so it's multiple yous. Ta'avru, so I think probably you all will cross over. Ta'amdu, which would be you all will stand. Let's see, Tomru. So this comes from Amar. You see this 3-letter root in here? Has to do with saying, speaking. So Ta'amru would be you will say, you all will say. Ta'anu, and I think because of this noon here, I'm recognizing this might be the you all will answer probably. So let's double check that. Okay, so see here. You will cross over, you will stand, you will say, yep, you all will answer. That's right. We got that right. Very good. All right, now let's go back to this one here. Now this column is going to be they. So this would match basically this column here would match him. and that equals they, and it's mixed plural. Okay, so why do I say mixed and not masculine? Because in Hebrew, you could have 99 women or 99 females plus one male, and it's going to default to the masculine plural, or we could say mixed plural. Okay, and so this is definitely in that gender. So we have yeah, anu, so that would be they will answer probably. Let's double check that. Yep, that's right. They will answer. Yeah, avru, that comes from avar. They will cross over. Yeah, asu, this comes from asa, which means make or do. Yiru has to do with they will see. Yeah, amdu, that comes from amad. You see the amad in there? They will stand. Yim se'u, this comes from mem zadik aleph. And that one I'm gonna have to check that one and see what that is. Find, it has to do with finding. Isn't that something? They will find. Yeah, alu. Now this comes from Allah, which I think means to go up. They will go up in yish me'u, and this comes from shema, which means to hear or guard. They will hear or listen rather, not guard. Shamar is guard. Shema is hear or listen. So they will hear or listen. Let's double check that real quick. Yeah, they will hear. There it is. You see that? They will answer, they will cross over, they will do, they will see, they will stand, they will find, they will go up, and they will hear. All right, very good. So let's come here. Looks like translate the following verb forms. Each vav is a reversing vav. Okay, so it's this. In other words, we got this right here going now. Get this up here. Okay, so we got ahavta, the ahavta. So basically, it's in the same pronoun. So I'm pretty sure that ahavta, this aleph is a signal letter for ani. So basically, this right here would be like ani equals. So it would be like equals I. Okay. Okay. So ahavta. I'm going to double check that, but I think that's right. It has to do with loving. So I let's see, I will love, and then this reversing vav would make it like I loved, I bet you. So let's double check and see if I'm right about that. Okay, let's switch over here. Okay, all right. So I was wrong. It's not I, it is you loved, and you will love. Okay, but I got the ohev right. Okay, all right. So that's good to know. Okay, so then we have so you will love. So the ta. All right, let's try this one. Shafat and Vashavat. Let's see, Shafat. Take a look at that one. Okay, Shafat. That actually looked to me like looks like just plain judge. But they've got he judged and he will judge. So it's like Shafat, he judged, and then Shafat, he will judge. So it reverses, the reversing vav changes it to either puts it into past or future, whichever one, it's going to reverse it. Okay, so a call new. Okay, I know this one. We will eat Va'akalnu would be we ate probably. Let's double check that. Oh, the first one is we will eat, or we ate, and then we will eat is va'akalnu. Okay, all right. Shamarti, I think that this is in the I guarded. So I guarded, and then vashamarti would be I will guard. Let's take a look at that. Yep, okay, I'm getting the hang of this now. See, so we've got Ra, Ra. Okay, so I wonder if this is she guarded, and then Ra would be she will guard. Let's see what they got. Oh, it's not guarding, it's to say. She said she will say. Comes from Amar, which means to say something. Okay, so Amra, and then Amra would be she will say. All right, so how about this one? Now this comes from Shema, which means to listen. You see the sheen, the mem, and the ayin. So that Shema means to hear or listen. And then we've got this tav with a shava underneath it. So it would be shamat. And so I'm thinking this is going to be the letter. This is going to be for she, no, you, feminine singular. So it goes with at. So I'm going to double check that. Let's see here. Yeah. You heard and you will hear. That's number 6. Shamat. And it's saying that it's masculine. You heard masculine singular and you will hear. So it's saying that that is masculine, not. Okay, so I know because it would be shamati if it was you feminine singular. So this is vashamat would be you masculine singular. So this would go with ata. Let's put a note there. So this would match ata. All right, so that equals you masculine singular. All right. Looks like ye him. And that him, I recognize that. That is they. Pretty sure. I'm trying to think here. I think that him is they. Hayihem, so that would be is it they will they are or they are has to do with are, a state of being. Let's double check this here. Number 7. Yeah, I knew it was. Oh, it is ata. It goes with ata. Looks like masculine plural. You were. Number 7, you were, and then you will be. Okay, so this, so it's got to be this. Oh, it's a Tim. That's why. All right, guys. It's taking me a little bit to get back into the. So I know why that is because it matches this. Okay, and that equals you masculine plural. So it's you all, basically you all. All right, so then let's see, V yitem, looks like maybe you all will. That's number 7. Let's check that. Or you will be, right? You will be. V yitem. So it has to do with to be. That's a tough one there. All right. Now this here, I recognize this. That comes from anaknu. So I think it probably is going to be we answered. And then this is going to va'anu would be maybe it's we will answer. Let's double check that. That's number 8. Yeah, actually it's look at that. Wow, I'm gonna have to do some review on these. So that's they answer and they will answer. So then we have to figure that out. Why that's they. Anu and v anu. Okay, I think it's coming back to me now. That form is they, so that goes with him. All right. Okay, so it goes with him. Equals they. All right, let's try this one. A lock. I think that might be maybe he went. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, that's right. I got that one right. He went or he walked. Vahalak would be he will walk. All right. I tell you what, it's a lot of memory that's involved in this. So this is like in the present. He walked, or Vahalak, reversing Bob would make it he will walk. All right. Try to pull this back down. Okay, so we've got Ezkor. This comes from Zakar, which means to remember. And then we got Ezkor. So I'm thinking that this Ezkor is, I think this is, I wonder if it's I will remember. And then Ezkor would be I remembered. Let's take a look at the answer key on that. That's number 10. Yeah, I will remember and I remembered. All right, so I'm starting to get the hang of this. Because this is future. I will remember and then I remembered. All right. Now, this comes from shalak, which means to send. Yishlak. So, and this right here, I think, is an indicator of he will send. And Vayishlach would be he sent, maybe? I think if I remember correctly, that yod goes with he. Let's see, that's number 11. He will send and he sent. All right. So he will send. So this would be the future. Yishlach would be he will send, and then Vayishlach with the reversing Vav would change that back to past. Vayishlach which would be he sent. All right. Now what do we got? Yed U. I'm trying to think. Is this another one of those hem deals that I get confused on? I know it has to do with let's see, da'at. I wonder if it's okay, so that one's they will know, and I recognize this. This goes with that hem. So they will know, and v'yedu would be they knew. Let's double check that. So that is number 12. Yeah, they will know, and they knew. All right, so getting the hang of this. Now this one here I recognize comes from the root ra'ah, which means to see. So year A, I think probably see. Is it he will see? And then looks like vayar. He saw. It's number 13. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, he will see and he saw. All right, good. Tetse, and then vatetse. Okay, so this one tetse. Okay, so I looked this one up. It has to do with exiting or going out. So it's you will go out, and then vatetse is you went out. Okay, so let's double check that. That is number 14. Yeah, you will go out and you went out. Has to do, it could be exit. It has to do with either exiting, to go out, etc. Okay. How about this one here? This has to do with yashav. So it has to do with sitting. So we neshav, so I bet you is we will sit. I wonder if that's what that is. And then va neshev. Va neshev would be we sat. Well, let's double check that one. That's number 15. We will sit and we sat. Good. Okay. Okay. Tif tahi. Okay, so I think this comes from fatak, which means to open. And then this we've got a yod here, and then we've got a tav here, and I seem to recall that that is you feminine singular. So it would match ot. So tif tahi, I think, would be you feminine singular, you opened. And then va tif tahi, it looks like va tif tahi, which is you open. So let's double check that, and that's number 16. Okay, let's see here. You will open, feminine singular, and you open. Very good. And I recognize that now. That goes with a ta. All right, how about this one? We have asa and va yas yaas. Look at that. Wow. So this asa is, I think that has to do with making and doing, and I think it's he made or he did. And then so what is this? Yeah, va yaasa is it's a tricky one here because it's got a reversing vav on it. So this is he did, and this looks to me like it's the same thing. So let's double check that number 17. Yeah, he did or made. That's right. He made it. He made. They tried to trick it. They tried to trick us on this by putting that signal letter in there, which is future. But because it's got a reversing vav, it changes it, reverses it. All right. Ta'avru, this comes from avar, which means to cross over. And notice it has the shurak here, and it's got a tav here. So my thinking is, I'm going to look it up. Okay, so it means to, it has to do, it matches a tem, or it also matches a 10. So it's you all. And you would have to look at the surrounding context to recognize whether it's you all women, or you all crossed over, you all will cross over for men. So then if you reverse this, but to avru, then you get you all crossed over. So this one would be future tense. You all will cross over. And this one would be the reverse of that. So it'd be you crossed over. Okay, interesting on this reversing vav thing. So that's number 18. Let's double check that. Okay, so yeah, that's it. You will cross over. And they're just defaulting to masculine plural because we don't have any surrounding context. and you crossed over. So that's why the reversing vav then changes that from future back to present. Okay? All right, so let's try this one. Vayikra. Oh, look at this. That's one of the books of the Bible. We've got Bereshit. Let's see. Vayikra, I think, is Leviticus, and he called. It comes from kara, which means to call, I think. So it's like, so in this case, because you've got the reversing vav on there, unless it's this one here, but kara, I think it probably, I wonder if this is and he will call. And then this one is, Bakara is he called. So let's double check that. That is 19. Oh, okay, we'll bump it down to 19. Let's see here. Yeah, and he called. I recognize that. Vayikra, and he will call. And he called, and he will call. Okay, all right, I get that. All right, so how about this one here? Let's see here. Huh. Oh. Okay, so va emot. So this comes from amad. I recognize the three-letter root there. It has to do with standing. And so I think this vav is just the connecting vav, which is and. And so I'm looking at this aleph right here. So the aleph is telling me, I think, and he will stand. Possibly, I think this is a future, unless this is a this right here. I got to figure out whether this is the reversing vav or this is the reversing vav. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go with he stood here and just assume this is the reversing vav. And this I'm going to assume is the connecting vav for and. And so let's see here. So I think it's going to be he stood and then va amad t. I bet you this is going to be he stood and I stood. So let's find out what it is. That's number 20. Okay, so let's see, going down to 20 now. And I stood, and the second one is and I will stand. Okay, that's right. It's not he because the letter here I misinterpreted this goes with ani. That goes with ani. Okay, so that's the problem. Okay, you see how just one letter you got to figure out which pronoun it goes with. So then, so this vav here is most likely, let's see, down to 20, and I stood. So that's got to be the reversing vav. That's what this is, reversing vav here. And so then that makes this the connecting vav. And I, what was it, number 20? Oh, come on now. Okay, so this is the reversing vav. It's and I stood, and this is and I will stand. Amadti. So I'm trying to figure out why they've got so this has got to be a reversing vav too. So both of these are reversing vavs. That's a tricky one. So basically, this reversed it from future back to past, and this reversing vav reversed this past one to future. They're trying to trick us up here. Va katavta. Okay, so this comes from katav, which means to write. So this has got to be a reversing vav. So I'm thinking this probably comes from atah. This signal letter is for atah, which is you masculine plural. So then it's you will write, you masculine plural. How about this one? Vatik tov, and this is definitely future. So I'm thinking this also matches atah. So I bet you this is going to be this reversing Bob then changes this to you will write. It goes with atah, and then this one is you wrote because it's taking a past and the reversing Bob is changing it to present, and then on the second column it is a past one and it's changing it to future. Very, very tricky what they're trying to do here. So let's take a look at 21. And we should go, that's right, you will write and you wrote. So that changed it to mode. So yeah, you will write. But that looked like a reversing Bob to me. And you will write and you wrote. So basically looks to me like they tricked us. They basically just made these connecting bobs rather than reversing bobs. And that is a tricky one too. So that caught me up, but it's good to know that. So basically you got to look at the Nikud. Okay, so 21, I double checked this. This is the, right now, in this form right here, katabta is you wrote. But if you add this reversing vav, it changes it to you will wrote. So then if you look at this right here, tiktov, in just this without the reversing vav is you will write. But if you got the reversing vav on there, it changes it to you wrote. So that's the situation there. Okay, so how about this one? Nishmor. So this comes from Nisha. Actually, no, this comes from Shamar. So that's got to be to guard. That's what's going on there. There's guarding happening here. So here's the root. Here is this signal letter is the future tense of anaknu, which is we. So without the vav on there, it would be we will guard. But with the reversing vav on there, it changes it to and we guarded. So that's what that's got to be. I'm pretty sure that's right. So let's double check this now. How about Vashamarnu? Okay, so we've got the reversing vav here. So we have Shamarnu is we guarded. So then it's reversing that now. It's changing it to we will guard. So what we should see in the answer key is we guarded, and then the next one, this column here should be we will guard. And let's check, number 22. Yeah, and we guarded, and we will guard. All right, I'm getting the hang of this. I hope you guys are too. Let's take a look at number 23. Remember that sometimes the reversing vav could take the form of a shurik. And so we've got an oo sound here. Umats, oo. Look at that. So this comes from, looks like the root here is matzah. And I'm going to have to look that up. Well, I tried to look that up and I couldn't find it. So we need to look that up in the answer key. Number 3, 23 rather. So what is that? And they will find, yeah, okay, so it is the find one. All right. I thought it did say that when I looked it up in Google Translate. It says, and they will find. Okay, so if this is the case, and this is an indicator of him that it's they found, and then it's yimseu is let's see here, and they will find, and then this one is they found. So that's what should be there. And they will find, and they found. Right. Okay. All right. So 24. Malak. So Malak has to do with ruling or reigning, or it's like a king. So this is he ruled initially, so it would be he will rule. It's got to be. And then vayimlok is because the reversing vav there, it's he ruled. So it's going to be he will rule and he ruled. Number 24. Yes, and he will rule and he ruled. The reversing vav reverses that. Okay. Okay, so this one comes from Tahak, and I think that has to do with, let's see, I think that's the take one. Vatika. And this, I think probably, this is the future tense as it is right now. So I think it's going to be you took, probably, because this goes with a ta, I think. How about this one here? Valak, let's see, valakakta, valakakta. So then this is going to be, and you will take. Even though this, without this reversing vav, this lahakta would be you took, it's going to be you will take. So I think it's you took and then you will take on 25. Let's see what it says there. Yeah, and you took, that's right, and you will take. Very good. All right, so we're getting the hang of this. Va'ani tem. Okay, so the tem is definitely a tem, which is you all something. And so the root is, we'll double check that root. Okay, so this is answering. So it's like you all answered. So right now, the way it is, I think it's going to be you all will answer, but because of the reversing vav, it changes it to the past. You answered, you all answered, a tem. So then let's see, va ta'anu. Oh, look at this. They changed the pronoun on us here. So this is going to be ta'anu. So let me see here if I remember correctly. The shuruk. Okay, so the pronoun hasn't changed. Basically, what they're doing here is they're putting this base word in the form of present, and then the reversing vav changes it to future. So basically, this ta'anu by itself would be you all will answer, but with the reversing vav, it changes it to you all answered in the past. So let's double check that. Number 26. And let's see here. And you will answer, and you answered. All right. Va'ya'alu. So this has to do with I think this part here is what we got to pay attention to. It has to do with going upward, ascending up. So this right now it's in the future tense because it's got that yod there, and that matches the he. So it's like I would say he went up because we've got a reversing vav here. So then how about this one? Va'alu, unless, except for this shuruk here. This is what's got me a little, I don't think it's he anymore. I think it's, well, let's take a look at it. It's they. But I knew it was go up something. They went up and they will go up. All right, that is a mind twister. But see, it's like a puzzle. You have to kind of work it out and try to figure it out. It's good that they have an answer key on here so that you can catch yourself if, you know, there's something that you don't quite get. Okay, so let me see here. We've got this right here is read and translate the following sentences. Okay, so let's see if we can figure this out. So we've got Amar Moshe. So Moshe said, El B'nai Yisrael. Moshe said to the sons of Israel, Ba'et. This looks like Hahi. Okay, Ba'et Hahi. Zehar HaKodesh. This is a holy mountain. Okay, so this part right here is what I got to figure out. Ba'et Hahi. I got this part figured out. Let's take a look at the answer key. All right, Moses said to the children of Israel at that time. Okay, so this is time here. In time or in the time. And then hahi, which is um so there must be this hahi is the that. So it's like in time the that. You put that together and get at that time, essentially. Zehar HaKodesh. So this is a holy mountain, right? This is the mountain of holiness. All right. How about this one right here? Okay, we're going to pick this up here now. This is number one, so this is going to have the reversing vav. And it looks to me like, and Moses will say, El B'nai Yisrael, so to the children of Israel, but eight in the time, hahi, in that time. And Moses will say, to the children of Israel in that time, Zehar HaKodesh. So he's saying this is a holy mountain. So really the only difference between these is that this has the reversing vav, which changes this amar, which means he said, to he will say. Isn't that something? And the tricky part about it is how do you know if how do you know whether a situation that has a connecting vav is supposed to be um, just the connecting vav, or whether it also is the reversing vav. See, that's a tough thing to figure out. All right, let's take a look at this one here. Oh, looks like they've got a bunch of these here. Okay, so va yomer, and this yomer I think probably has to do with this says and he will say. So it's going to be so and Moses said. El B'nai Yisrael, but eight hahi. So this is see in the time the that. So it's a in that time Zehar Hakodesh. So basically it says and Moses said. So that changes this what normally would be a future to a past because we've got a reversing vav here. Okay, Yomar. So this is and he will say Moses. So it's Moses will say. El B'nai Yisrael to the children of Israel, but eight hahi. So in time the that. So in that time, Zehar Hakodesh. This is a holy mountain. Okay, so these actually are a little easier for me to handle. There's some of that other deciphering that. Okay, so now we've got Haya Ha'ish. So it's like let's see, and there was the man. So and there was a man. I think that's what that's saying. There was a Zakain. I think has to do with an elderly man. And there was an elderly man. Acharei after Me'ah Shana. So this would be like he was after 100 years. So in other words, it's saying, and there was a 100-year-old elderly man. I think that's what that is. And let's double check it though. Okay, I double checked that this Haya Ha'ish, and there was a man, Zakain. This would be an elder man, and so this literally says after Me'od Shana. So in other words, this actually is after 100 years. There was an elderly man. So basically, it's like saying that there was a elderly man after 100 years, essentially. If you look at the answer key, they've got it as after 100 years, the man was old. That's kind of a tough way to translate that because um, the idea of Zakain is like an elder man. Okay, but now that we know what it is, how about this? Vahaya, and there will be Ha'ish Zakain, so old. So in other words, and after 100 years, there will be um, an elderly man. In other words, the man will be elderly. How about this one? Yea, and he the and he let's see, and he were, or he was Haish. And there, let's see, and there will be a man, after 100 years, there will be an elderly man, something like that. Vayahi, and so this, and then so this is going to be, and there was a man, because it changes it from future to past, right? Because it's got the reversing Bob on there. Zaken achare me'od, me'ah, rather, me'ashana. So, so basically, if we look at this here, after 100 years, the man was old, and the man will be old after 100 years. In other words, and there will be a man. So it's like the changes to the future, right? After 100 years, the man will be old, and the man was old after 100 years. Okay, so let's look at number 4. Who ina? So he answered, et melech, et, let's see, melech, malak. See, et malak. Okay, so, and he answered, this looks like malak, melech. So it's like the ruling king. Bid, varim, Ravim, this looks like lots of words, and he answered the ruling king lots of words. Uh, let's check the answer key on that. Okay, so and I will now stand before you. That can't be right. And I will now stand before you with my heart in my hand. That's not right. Hold on here. Oh, it's number 4. He answered the messenger of the king with many words. Okay, so I had that right. So what they did is they switched this around. Actually, I think what I did is I skipped down here. So let's go to number 3 here. A mode. So this comes from a mod. Okay, so and I will stand. I will stand. Let's see. Ata lifneka im levi biyadi. Okay, so in the hand. So in the heart, in the hand, with my heart in my hand. So let's see. And stood. Okay, and you, okay, I know what this is. And you will stand before with your heart in your hand. That's kind of interesting. Let's take a look at number 3 and see what that is. All right, and I will now stand before you with my heart in my hand. Okay, I got that pretty close. So that is I will now. So it's got to be this right here is the now word. Ata. Interesting. Mode. Okay, so this is this goes with I, this ani. So I will stand ata. This is now. Lifneka. Let's see, before you, im with levi, my heart, bayadi, in my hand, with my heart in my hand. Sounds like maybe it's a phrase that would be like saying a suitor to a woman that the guy likes, possibly. Okay, so how about this one? Va mode. So, and let's see, va, and I stood. This is I will stand, I think. And I stood before you with my heart, yadi, which is in my hand. And I stood before you with my heart in my hand. So let's take a look at that. That should be the second one. Let's see. And I stood before you with my heart in my hand. All right. All right. Okay. So how about this one? Va amadti. So this amadti has to do with I will stand. Now it changes to, or it has to do with I stood. Amadti is I stood. And this, the reversing Bob changed it to I will stand. Now, before you with im levi bayadi. Okay, so before you with my heart in my hand. So it changes it to the future tense. So it should be I will stand. Number 3. And I will now stand before you with my heart in my hand. All right, so that's right. How about this one here? Az amadti I think that Oz is I stood. Then I stood before you with my heart in my hand. I think that Oz is then. Let's double check that. But I think it's then I stood before you with my heart in my hand. Okay, then I stood before you with my heart in my hand. All right, I got that right. Okay, so let's now go to number 4. Hu ana, he is now at Malak, Hamelech. So he is now the messenger of the king. So Malak is like a messenger, and then Hamelech is king. But Devarim, speaking, Rabim, speaking many words. So he is now a messenger of the king, speaking many words. All right, so let's double check that. And he answered. Oh, it's he answered the messenger of the king with many words. Okay, so let's see where I messed that up. Hu ana. Okay, that's right. It comes from answering. Answering. That's what's going on here. Hu ana. So this one here is the now word, ata, and this ana has to do with answering. So he answered it. He answered, let's see, he answered the messenger of the king, Divarim, Rabim. So many words with many words. Okay, so Ya'aneh, he will answer it, Malak, Hamelech. So it says, he will answer the messenger of the king, and the Devarim, Rabim, with many words. He will answer. So that's got to be the future one, right? And so this one here is Va'ani, Va'ana, Ya'ane, Ya'ane. So this is Va'ani, and so it's good. I bet you this is going to be the same thing. And he will answer because it's got the reversing Vav there. And he will answer at the messenger of the king with many words. Okay, so Hamelech, Bidvarim, and then Rabim. Okay, let's see if we can get this last one here. Va-ya'an, et, let's see here. And he answered, et melech, malka hamelech, bidavarim rabim. Okay, so, and answered, and he answered, the messenger of the king with many words, bidvarim. So let's double check our answer key number 4. Okay, so we got he answered the messenger of the king with many words, then he will answer the messenger of the king with many words, and he will answer. That's right, we got that. And he answers the messenger of the king with many words. All right. Let's finish. Let's do. Actually, we'll take a break here for a minute. Okay, we're back. Hakohanim Ra'u. This has got to be seeing something. They saw. So let's see. The priest saw it. Mizbach Kadshu. Okay, so that's an interesting one there. I'd have to look that up. Mizbach Kadshu. Let's take a look at number 5. And so the priest saw the altar of his holiness. Okay, so that's what that is. The Mizbach is the altar, and Kadshu has to do with his, or Kadisho rather, his it's not shu, it's it's a holem. Kadisho. Okay, so the altar of his holiness. Okay, so Hakohanim Ra'u, they saw, or is it we saw? Hakohanim saw it Mizbach Kadsho, the altar of his holiness. Okay, so let's take a look at this one here. Bayiru, and the priest will see, et Mizbach, the altar, Kadsho, the altar, and the priest will see the altar of his holiness. HaKohanim, let's see, the priest This looks to me like it's this is future here. Year will see, and the priest will see at Mizbach, the altar Kadisho, which would be and the priest will see the altar of his holiness. So we've got both of these are the same. It's just there's a reversing vav on here. Vara'u, let's see, and let's see, the ra'u I think is that's the past. So it's and we'll see hakohanim et mizbach kadesho. So I think these right here are all in the future tense because this is a reversing vav here. So let's go up and check the answer key. Okay, so the priest saw the altar of his holiness, and the priest saw the altar of his holiness. The priest will see the altar of this holiness. The priest will see the altar of his holiness. Okay, so now this one right here is where I got a little bit. Vayiru, yeah, and saw hakohanim et mizbach kadsho. Okay, so basically there's a reversing vav, which makes that which is in the future form, it changes it back and reverses it to the past. Okay, so that's interesting there. All right, so basically I'm thinking here that I think what I'm going to do is pick this up the next time, work some more with the language, and this is probably good for today. And hopefully I can get back with you guys another time. And so I thank you if you're joining me and studying along with me. Put some comments down there. If I make a mistake, put a comment down there. I don't take offense at it. I'm trying to learn along with the rest of you guys. So we're just trying to, improve our language skills here. So this is a production of Hebrew Messianic Israel. We're here in Greenwood, South Carolina. We hope that you enjoyed this. And so I will say shalom, shalom.